anyways, this is the second week in a row that we're doing just us two. Yeah, it's no, let's start it again. This is gonna be I won't say that at all. All right, well, here we are finally. My power flickered on and off and it was all frozen. It was technical difficulties, the things you don't see behind the scenes of podcast world. So yeah, here we are again. We have a lot to talk about again, and it's just the two of us.
Whenever you say we have a lot to talk about, we have next to nothing to talk about. It's like
that's just that's time filler.
Yeah,
time filler. No, but we have, as you guys know, we said last week we have a sponsor. They're coming on next month. We have a bunch of amazing guests. We're so excited. We'll tell you what we have. Actually, we did a poll. I did a poll on my Instagram. I said, who do you want to see on the show? And we got a lot of cool requests, and some requests that we actually already have booked and have already recorded. A lot.
Yeah, we have Samir, the celebrity home shopping guy that does reviews, who's hilarious. And that was one of my favorite podcasts because he's an expert content creator and a fellow memer too. So this guy started his career with what is it, Kale Salad, the meme page with over 3.5 million followers.
Yeah.
And then
Eric was fanboying.
Yeah,
I
was rock hard the entire time. Basically, I was fanboying a little bit too hard. I rewatched it, and I don't even know if I want to post it actually because I'm jumping out of my seat. But this guy created an entire real estate empire, basically.
Yeah,
content.
And he's not even a real estate agent.
No, he has Zillow Gone Wild, Celebrity Home Shopping, Samir.
It's fantastic.
Glenda Baker.
Yeah, Glenda Baker. I was going to say we had a lot of requests on my poll. Probably 10 to 15 said Glenda Baker. She's definitely doing something.
Yep.
She's doing something. So Glenda Baker we've already had her on and she's going to be coming. We're going to release that next month. We have Ricky Carruth.
Yep.
Is booked on the program.
The battle. So are you scared for Ricky Carruth?
No, I didn't say anything bad. Every time something bad happens to you, I just ask if Ricky Carruth did it. I think it's a funny thing to ask.
It is a funny thing to ask. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say. Talk about the whole free coaching angle that he's taken. And I mean, the guy's got an army of supporters. So people really like what he has to say. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be great. And then, we have a couple more coming on. We have some really good ones we can't announce yet, but we have some. I'm really excited for you guys the next couple months. The guests are out of this world. So
it's going to be the best 2 months of our lives.
Yes.
For the listeners' lives.
Yes, it will be. We had our merch release yesterday. That went fantastic.
That was the biggest day of our life yesterday.
I think we're rich.
We're rich. We could stop doing the podcast now. All this was just to sell a few t-shirts and it worked.
A couple t-shirts.
Yeah.
No, but we thank you all if you've already purchased. If you haven't, get on it. I mean, like I said, it guarantees you 15 to 20 more deals a year.
It does.
So just one shirt. And every time you buy a shirt, you get 15, 20 more deals. So, you could
exponential increase. Yeah.
It's insane. So
best investment you can make. But yesterday was fun coming up with the promotions for the shirt. And it's always kind of worrisome, at least from my perspective, whenever I promote something or whenever the broke agent promotes something, because it kind of turns off the audience a little bit. Like, the jab, right hook thing that Gary Vee always preaches. Like, I always want to just produce funny content. And anytime I promote something, whether it was like the comic book, the template platform, or it's a deal where I'm doing marketing for a brand or something, I'm always kind of nervous that it's not going to be received well. But this was received extremely well on all of our pages. So
really well. I'm a little concerned sometimes about that. I had people text me and say, I love the way you marketed your release. And they said they bought it just because of that. They bought some shit just because of that. So that was cool.
For those who haven't seen it, we did text message conversations with our shirts. So,
it was completely my idea, and Eric had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. It was another genius idea that I completely stole. But it's funny text where, someone will say like, how many offers, or, what can I write on this property? And then Matt takes a picture in his over ass shirt and sends that back as the response.
Yeah, that was a terrible description because it made no
Yep.
sense. But
Made no sense whatsoever.
so what it really was like, hey Matt, can you book us a showing at 98 Degrees Street? And I said, I just sent my photo of me with my showing confirmed hoodie, and I
That was
said,
better.
see you then.
That was way more clear than what I said.
Yes. Yeah, so it was good. We had a great release. I too kind of feel like that sometimes, even with you get in such a rhythm of just posting comedic stuff. So even when I post like sales and stuff, I'm like, fuck, like, are people gonna want to, are they just gonna immediately turn off and unfollow me and never fucking talk to me again?
Which is the reverse of what most agents probably think, because they're, and like, when you post a sale you're scared people are going to get turned off, but agents are posting nonstop sales and promoting their real estate business. So if they post something that's kind of off the beaten path for their normal content, they probably feel the same way.
Yeah. But I will say, whenever I post a sale, like I just have a closing, a closing today that we'll get into because there's a fucking nightmare. The seller's clients, the seller agent client keeps calling me, but we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, it's really odd. Trying to sell furniture, but every time I post a sale or anything, people rally behind me. They're super supportive. It's really cool. I really appreciate. Yeah, it's really great. I always thought agents were fucking losers, and they're really nice. I thought I was gonna get so much more hate when I started doing all this stuff, and the support from the agent community, like there's so many cool agents rather than like just shitty agents, or maybe the shitty ones just don't follow us. But for the most part, we have just a lot of cool people following us.
Yeah. I felt like that when I first started the Broke Agent. A lot of my content was hating on the agent community. And it was, all just kind of like dark content basically. Until I started actually meeting agents at conferences and in person and stuff. I was like, oh, there actually are a lot of cool agents.
A lot of cool agents.
My initial perspective was just all the LA douchebags. I was like, God, everybody that's an agent is insufferable. But turns out that there's a lot of them out there like us.
I mean, yeah, but there's a lot that are just terrible. We all know like some just awful agents. And yeah, it's been cool though. It's been a whole good release. Get your shit now. We're gonna promote it probably every fucking day. And we're wearing our shit right now. If you're watching this.
Yep.
I really like the key hat. I don't have one of those, so I need to get one. Yeah,
the key to surviving the sun.
Yes.
Is the description. A little play off the key to surviving real estate. Yeah, pretty funny. Huh?
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Well, folks, that wraps it up.
Is that really it?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Are you fucking crazy?
Jesus,
that was like fucking
3-minute podcast.
No, so
but here's another.
Oh, by the way,
another thing. Oh. Okay, you go.
No, you go. If we're still on this topic, we're gonna get off this topic of the merch really quick. Go.
Okay, so I wanted to say one thing about the topic.
Okay, go for it.
Merch releases are always tough because there's shipping to different countries. There's shipping to different states and figuring out like the profit margins and everything. And we got to figure it out because on some of these we're like losing money. It's like $1 or $2. Like these mugs must weigh like 95 pounds or something. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, every time someone buys a mug, don't buy the mugs. We'll buy the mugs, but I don't know what's going on.
If you're trying to support us, don't buy the mugs.
Yeah, exactly. only buy the mugs if you're going to like post about it, because right now the mugs are, draining my bank account.
It's so weird because I ordered like $1,000 worth of shit to make sure we didn't have this on release day.
I know. I mean, this is the kind of shit that happens, but we did do a good job testing all the merch beforehand. Like we ordered every single shirt, every single size, every single color, all the hats, just to make sure that everything was nice and good quality. And it is. Like I've washed this shirt. I mean, I wear this thing every day. I've washed it like 10 times and you can still see that key logo. Thank God.
Yeah. The shirts are great material. I got some for my wife too. Fits fantastic. She loves it. So thank you. Keep going. Keep purchasing. We have a lot of conference shit to talk about too that we maybe coming on. But I did want to say real quick, the poll I did on who we should have on the podcast, I probably had like a couple thousand people say shit. And the amount of people who said me, like them,
Mhm.
and then they would like explain what they wanted to talk about. And then have you been getting you don't look at your DMs, so you don't know what the hell's going on. But I get like a full message. I get like a ton of DMs now of people who want to come on the podcast or emails, and they like use real estate scripts to, you know, how they'll say like, yeah, so really happy to come on. Can't wait to come on. Just let me know. Does this day or this day work for you? I'm like, don't fucking Gary
Yeah.
Keller script me.
Exactly.
You know? Like that's immediately, you know, I don't know.
What's a good day to come see your house? Ever.
Yeah.
Nor is it a good day for you to come on my podcast?
It's so odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have a lot of different people on that.
Oh, would you? Because pretty sure you always have a rule that if they don't have 10,000 followers or they don't follow you or they're not verified, anytime I bring up someone, I'm like, oh, we should have on, you know,
that was
Steve
before.
Schul or something like that. And you're like, oh,
Is
that
that a
guy,
real
he doesn't
person?
follow me. I think he's a real estate coach. I was trying to come up with a fake person and then I threw in a real person.
No. Well, here's the thing. I don't, you know, it doesn't matter about followers. Doesn't like look at.
Yeah, we should release our text conversations.
No, here's the thing. It just has
It's
to be
only
interesting.
6,000 followers. What? No, we're not having this person on.
At first, I was thinking that to
Mhm.
build a following, they're going to promote it, bigger following. But now that, you know, we have an audience, you want to get a lot of variety in there.
Yes.
So now I'm, you know, even if you have like, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 followers, but there's something, I don't know, like, I mean, Jason Benab is a bad example because he has like 30,000 followers, but like that was an episode that was completely different than anything we had had.
Right.
So now I'm more concerned about that kind of thing
hmm
than,
Yeah, variety.
but like, yeah, variety. I don't want to talk about fucking foreclosures and for sale by owners,
No.
you know? So if that's your shtick, no.
Yeah, if your shtick is foreclosures, we're not having you on the podcast.
Like ever.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that would not be an entertaining shtick.
but like anyone, you know, it's just we want to have, and we don't want to sound like, well, I don't want to talk to you. I
Douchebags.
don't want to sound like douchebag. Yeah, like a douchebag. But I just want to have a good variety, and that I don't care if you anymore. If you have like, you should probably have at least 1,000.
Right. Yeah, you got to have some sort of credibility. But, you know, it's not about the following count, of course. It's about
No.
the content that you produce, the sales, the insight you could provide on the podcast, the differing personalities, which I think we're doing a good job at. So,
I think we are now. I think for a bit we were doing a lot of social
yep.
in a row because that's just what we're most comfortable with.
hmm
But yeah, now we're doing really good. We're getting more like real like high end top producers, stuff like that. And I'm excited for everyone to hear, like I said, Glenda and Samir, and when
You know
Ricky comes on.
You know what we should start doing on podcasts like this is we should actually go over real estate news, like 3 or 4 topics or something from Inman or Housing Wire, and give our insights. Not that I would have any sort of authority or professional opinion on 90% of the articles, but I think we like then people could. You're making a face like you're not interested in this at all.
No, I
Better
like
than talking about our merch release.
No, I have an idea, and now I'm
Okay, your
thinking of my
idea is
idea.
taking priority over what I'm saying.
No,
I
no,
think-
kind of, yeah.
I mean,
Go
don't you
for it.
think like
Yeah,
that way people could, you know, we could have like visuals up or something where we're covering
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
you're-
news article.
yeah, you're big on the visuals. Yeah, no, first, I
I'm big on the
agree.
visual. Look at this fucking painting.
I
man.
do.
This is
I do agree. And by the way, the podcast in its as a whole is going to be way better produced pretty soon. We're hiring on an editor, a video editor and stuff. So that's all going to be really good. But my idea, as you were saying that, I was thinking like people who want to come on the podcast, what if we somehow did like every week or we'll probably do these once a month, just the two of us. Every month we put in like what do you call it? Like a fucking we can play like podcast roulette. and everyone can like put their names in, and we can like choose someone, and we'll call them at the end of the pod. We'll like send them a link at the end of a podcast or something, and then have them in and like chat for a little bit.
Like who?
Like
You mean-
anyone.
You mean
We'll
just on the spot, like call
yeah,
Byron Lazine or something?
anyone on Overask. Like we'll be like, hey, on this day, like we're gonna call whoever,
Mhm.
and then like we'll hook it up, like we'll set it up prior so they know we're gonna bring them on at the
Right.
end. But like be like, put your name in. We're gonna choose someone, and then we're gonna like chat with them. They can promote whatever they want on the podcast, and we'll chat for a little bit.
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
Have a different face in here at the end.
Yeah, it'd just be like, and they can promote whatever the fuck they want. I think it's genius. Way better than news.
Well,
What are we, the Broke News Network?
yeah, we are. I think, covering topics every now and then might be useful to people.
Sure. Well, Byron already does that. Are we going to do it better than Byron?
No, but just because there's one person doing it doesn't mean we can't. Byron's not the only.
Okay, fine. We'll
force in
try.
real estate.
Guys, let
Okay,
us
fine.
know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to play call roulette, where I guess we just call like Dan O'Neill or something, or if you want us to cover real estate news. Let us know in the comments which one.
We should actually just play call
People are
roulette
definitely going to
and
say
have
call
a code.
roulette. Yeah,
Oh,
call
it's
roulette
so
does sound more fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. Anyways, I want to get into some stuff here. I want your opinion and
Mhm.
everyone in the comments opinion. So closing on a place today. Nice property, big property.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So there's a whole thing. So I got these clients. I work in Toronto, but I also work in a place called Durham. It's about 40 minutes east of Toronto. So these clients are from Toronto. Okay. They wanted someone who knew Durham because that's where they wanted to move. So they got in touch with me. We started looking, but they're like, we're going to list our house with a friend of ours. He lives on our street. He sells all the houses on the street.
Yeah.
So
The more local realtor classic move.
yeah.
Someone
We're
who
gonna
knows
let-
the area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, that's whatever. That's fine. So anyways, he said like, we crunched all their numbers based on his like opinion of what they were going to get for their house. And then we bought based on that. And we bought first because the market, it's pretty much, you could be offering on like 10 houses. So
Right.
if you sell first, you might not have anywhere to live.
It's a seller's market.
Yeah. Yes, it's a seller's market
Mhm.
everywhere in the world. We
Right,
talked
right.
about that, I think.
Mhm.
So we buy a place. It's good. And it's an expensive place. It was over 2.2 million. So like, it's not,
Nice. Yeah.
it's good. And then they put their house on the market, 1.9. He immediately goes in. I didn't know he didn't go into the house prior. So they're listing the next week after we firmed up. Okay, on our buy. He goes in, immediately says, oh, it's not worth 1.9, it's worth 1.8. So right away, my buyer clients are like, well, okay, that's $100,000 difference.
Wait, so you're saying that the listing agent hadn't even seen the house yet?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So your clients who bought the house
Yeah.
presumed the number that they thought they were going to get for theirs without
He
even
said,
consulting their realtor first.
No. He told them because he
Mhm.
knows all the houses on the street. He
Right.
said.
Oh, but he hasn't even been inside yet.
He
Got
hasn't
it.
been inside.
Okay.
And he said like guaranteed 1.9.
hmm
So they're like, okay, he knows everything. Like that's what we're going to base everything on. Immediately goes in, goes, oh no, 1.8. So we're firmed up now. So they're like, fuck, that's, $100,000. That's not good. So they list it at 1.8, nothing. On for 2 weeks. Seller's market,
Right.
nothing. This is not looking good.
Mm-mm.
Realist for another 2 weeks at 1.7, nothing.
But they had closed on the property with you.
They have not closed.
Okay. They're closing today.
They're closing today.
Okay.
So now they're freaking out. They're trying to, at this point, get out of the contract with that guy and just hire me.
hmm
But he's not letting them out of the contract. So they're freaking out because it's getting closer and closer to their closing day. And, Those are two big mortgages to have. And so he freaks out. He's a fucking asshole, that guy. If I ever see him, I'm going to say, hey, you fucking asshole. And then I'll just get in my car and leave. But
Right.
yeah, so he, what was I going to say? Went from 1.8 to 1.7 to 1.6. This is originally supposed to be guaranteed 1.9.
Yeah, going in the wrong direction there.
Yeah. And then they finally got an offer like 2 days ago for 1.45.
Oh, yikes.
And they're, I think, taking it. We figured it out because of me. I'm a fucking rock star, you know?
Yeah, you're one of those rock star agents.
I'm a rock star agent. Yeah.
Cantana and everybody talks about.
Exactly. I'm a rock star. So they called me. I got all their shit sorted out with a really good mortgage broker over on my end. And so they were set to close regardless if they sold that place or not, because we figured it out. So that was really good. But yeah, 1.45. Like,
just $500,000 less than what they thought they were going to get.
How can a neighborhood specialist be so, I don't care if you haven't seen the house at that point, to be that far off? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
this guy's been in the business for 25 years.
Yeah, that's a 40% difference, I think.
So like, and he apparently is insane. So like, I don't know. I just want to share that in case anyone else is going through some fucking weird shit. And it's stressful because, I want to close. I did what I had to do.
Yep.
And now because he can't do his job, my shit's in jeopardy.
So the guy only saw the place, or how early into your deal did the guy see the place, the listing agent? So you were under contract and then he still hadn't seen it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's also kind of on the client a little bit too, to get that process moving. You would think you would have the listing agent to at least see the house before
he lives on the street.
Guaranteeing a number. Yeah, I guess so.
And he said they were kind of friends. So I was assuming he just like kind of went over.
Right.
But
what was going on with the interior of that house?
Wasn't even bad. I mean, it's a little outdated, but it's like an awesome area. And
how'd you get these clients?
Referral.
Nice.
Yeah.
From one of the videos, or a referral from your office?
Videos.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, folks, thank you.
Yeah, congrats on the closing, though.
Yeah, well, it's actually, and the seller, the clients of the seller keeps calling me direct.
Mm-hmm.
The seller's clients.
Right.
The sellers.
What are they calling you for?
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
They originally called me to give me like the hydro bills. Then they called me to ask if my clients wanted to buy their dining room table.
Yeah.
I was like, can't you just do the agent, man? Like, fuck, I don't know. Like, it's so weird.
I just went through that in my Brentwood condo sale, the last sale, as we call it. The final sale.
You should have vlogged that.
The final sale. No, it's not. Probably. And the buyer, I don't know if I became close with him, but I hit it off with the guy.
Yeah.
And he started just texting me for everything. And then I had to call his agent and tell his agent, like, your buyer needs to stop communicating with me. Cause he would just roll over and be like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Can I see the spot real quick? Cause I live right by it. I was like, no, you can't just go see the spot real quick just cause you're in the neighborhood. That's not how it works. And he did one of the more insane moves in the history of moves. During the final walkthrough, he brought a load of laundry to test out the laundry system. Because during the inspection, they don't not laundry system. They don't test out the washer and dryer. So he comes out with like a massive load of laundry and then does it. And then he's like, I got to get out of here. Because the laundry takes, 30 minutes to wash, 45 minutes to dry.
Yeah.
And this place was a, 1,500 square foot condo. So the final walkthrough takes 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And there was like basically no repairs done or anything. So really nothing to see. Just make sure the place is still standing. And I'm just sitting in the room with this guy, just waiting for his laundry to be done. He's like, hey, I got to get out of here. I have a meeting like in West Hollywood and his stuff is still in the dryer. I'm like, all right, I just wanted to get out of the situation as quickly as possible. So I just said, hey, go ahead, come back, and I'll do the laundry. I'll bring the laundry down to you, because I literally live right down the street. So I said, no harm. And then he comes back, and then of course the dryer didn't really work that well. I don't know if it was the setting or something like that. So when I brought down the clothes, they were seeping wet still. And he was like, oh, this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem. I have to go to the laundromat right now. I was like, laundromat? Like, don't you have your own washer and dryer? What's going on here? And yeah, it just sucked, because then he wanted to come back in the condo afterwards. He's like, well, I really want to test out the dryer now that I see it's not working. I'm like, please, like, this is just a setting problem. Washer dryer works. I mean, this is the final walkthrough. So
that's fucking crazy. Why are people so? I would never ask that.
Yeah,
I would never come into a new house with a load of laundry. I've actually been asked similar. I was doing an open house, and the sellers came in mid open house and said, "Hey, can you just my son threw up on the sheets today. Can you just throw them in the washer?"
Yeah.
I said,
No.
"Do you want to fucking make your dinner too, so it's
I
ready
know.
on the table when you get home?" I said, "No." And he fucking threw up. Not a fucking chance. I don't even want to be here now.
Yeah.
Does he have the flu? The stomach flu? Holy fuck. So yeah, that happened. And then another one, my seller's fridge broke like a couple days before closing. And they refused to, the deal is going to fall apart for a fucking Samsung fridge,
Mhm.
and they refused to pay. They refused to replace the fridge. So then, of course, this guy had to buy a fucking fridge.
Yep. Sometimes when
Insane.
you're too nice and accommodating, you kind of become like an errand boy a little bit, and you have to, separate yourselves with those boundaries kind of early on in the deal, and just like, have a hard line in the sand at some point where it's just like, no, you can't come see the place whenever you want as the buyer. Because this place was vacant, so my sellers weren't there. But it just got to the point where he was texting me about everything. He still texting me about a foosball table that the seller sold to him, asking me where he got it. He texted me this like
Wasn't
a month
that like
ago.
4 months ago?
Yeah, like 4 months ago. He just texted me recently asking about it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. These
Like, I don't know
guys
where they
keep
got
asking.
the foosball table.
The thing I'm closing
number.
today, they keep calling me about the pool table,
Mm-hmm.
and they just don't want to take the pool table out.
Yeah.
So my clients don't want it. They're like, "Are you sure? Like, it's a nice." I was like, "Dude, take the fucking pool table out. I don't care if you have to.
It's your responsibility.
Like,
just
smash it with a
get
hammer.
I know.
Like, get it out."
I know.
He's like, "Well, it's a real shame because we're gonna have to bring it to the junkyard." I was like, "I don't care. Do it. You can light it on fire in the fucking forest behind your house if you want."
The furniture disputes at the end of deals are always so petty and hilarious.
Oh
Of just,
my God.
the stuff that the buyer thought they were leaving, that there wasn't direct communication. It's like, oh, I thought they were leaving that lamp here. And then it's just like a big back and forth. It's like, the deal's closed. Stop talking to me about this.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't do that. Like, you have to maintain the relationship, but it just,
Yeah.
it gets to a point where it's just so petty about all these little, furniture disputes.
And when someone has like a super hard head about it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, no, it's the principle. It's the principle.
Right, exactly. It's
It's just like, dude, Jesus. So yeah. And I always say, we're brought up forever that the customer is always right. 95% of the time, the client is not right. I
Yeah.
don't care. It's just not true in real estate.
No, definitely not true.
So
They're acting out of, emotion,
emotion. Yep.
and that makes them, probably 95% wrong
Yep.
95% of the time.
For sure. People, when I go price some people's houses, they literally, I'm sure it happens to everyone, they put in their heart and soul to the renos and to certain things. And they
Mhm.
think because they worked so hard on it that it's worth more.
Yep.
And it's not always necessarily the case. You have to put it through their head, It's like, oh, Timmy, grew up here. You can see his fucking,
You could see the lines on the wall.
yeah, the
It's
lines
like,
on
well,
the
that
wall.
actually decreases your property value.
Yeah, like I'm
Because
gonna actually
you took
bring
out those lines with a shovel. I mean, we need to recock the entire house now.
Yeah, you always got to recock.
Yeah.
That's one thing. If you're just getting into real estate, it's gonna be a lot of recocking.
Yeah, you're gonna hear the word cock more than you thought you would.
A lot of cock in real estate.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's good. I don't know if we had anything else to cover.
think that's it. I got a call with your brother after this to go over the profit margins to make sure that we didn't just lose thousands of dollars on our merch release.
Oh, it is worse than your fucking crypto.
Oh no, no, you know what? That's good
Jesus.
today. That's why I'm in a good mood.
I heard my client is big into it, and he was
Yep.
saying he's having a fantastic day. He's up about 25 grand.
Yeah, I mean that's what determines my happiness is the engagement that I get on Instagram and then where crypto's at.
Yeah.
And I know this the second I wake up, first thing I do, Coinbase, CoinMarketCap, Blockfolio, check it, refresh,
even know
check
what
it,
that is.
refresh.
I can't tell if people are talking about crypto or how many fucking steps they did on their Fitbit. I get
Right.
the two confused.
Mhm.
It's
No,
insane.
it's a stressful market to be in because it's going on 7 days a week. It's not like the stock market.
Yeah.
It's not just Monday through Friday. It's happening at 1 a.m., happening at 2 a.m.,
So you can wake
happening
up
over
and your whole
weekends.
life could be destroyed.
which has happened to me like 3 times already this summer. But it's rebounded a little bit.
So are you not going to take it out? Like,
That's the thing. You
if
never
want
take it
to,
out.
right. But if you want to buy like a house or an
Right.
income property, do you take it out then?
That's the goal with
Okay.
this. The goal is not to keep all my money in Thorchain or Solana.
So
like
is most of it in there? Like, because
most of my money.
most of my clients, like most of their money is in this shit.
Yeah, significant portion is, I wouldn't say most, but definitely more than should be.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because when it's going up, it's the best feeling in the world because you're
Yeah.
refreshing, you're euphoric, and you're like, why would I take this out? Because tomorrow it could be up another 20%. That could be another 30 grand or something, depending on how much you have in. But
Yeah.
then when it's going down, you're like, well, I can't sell it now because I was just at an all-time high 3 weeks ago. So why would I sell it at a low? Which is terrible investment advice. So this is not financial advice. This is stupidity advice. But
Well,
that's the problem with crypto.
One of my investor clients who's really into crypto, he actually knows like a ton about it. He just says he doesn't even has no emotion if it goes up or down
Good for him
anymore.
Yeah. What a fucking asshole,
He's-
huh?
He says
I
he
got no
can't.
emotion.
because-
Yeah, it just
He says he
all
can't.
my
He
trades
can't
are
care
rational.
if it goes up so high, because he's like it could be gone tomorrow, or if it goes
Yeah.
down, he's just like I'll just buy more then.
Yeah, I mean I've bought every dip in the past month and a half, but it just keeps dipping.
It's just so over my head. I want to get into it, but it's just so over my head. So fuck. I don't know. I might actually give money to this client of mine and be like, dude, just go nuts.
I mean, just download Coinbase and buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's what I would do if I were you.
All right. Well, there you go, kids. You got I said kids. There you go, folks. Financial advice from the one and only Eric Simon. Do exactly what he said on this episode.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll
never
be-
take your crypto out. Check it
Yeah.
40 times a day. Never do anything but just keep buying.
I would take mine out immediately. I want fast. I want to put in 10 grand
Yeah, make 50 and take it out. Yeah, that
and
sounds
take it
nice.
out. Exactly. Is that possible?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah. Like in like a month? Because
I mean,
maybe
we
I'll
don't.
do that.
The market's in a weird place right now. We don't know if we're in a bear market or a bull market. It's kind of in this descending wedge pattern.
Okay.
Which is what the
Well, the listeners
pattern
are-
analysts have been saying, and from the 2 seconds of YouTube videos that I've watched. But
Okay.
we don't know which way the market's going. And also, there's this doom feeling that seems to be coming on that there's going to be a massive world financial crash that's going to, destroy the real estate market, destroy everything, basically,
Oh,
every stock market.
that's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Well-
going to happen, but the Michael Berry guy from Big Short, you ever seen that movie?
Of course. It's incredible.
You know, the guy that predicts the 08 financial crisis.
He's predicting again.
He's predicting it
Oh,
again.
for
He's saying crypto and every financial market's going to get absolutely decimated.
Fuck. What? Thanks
Like,
for
why can't
ending
it just
this.
keep going?
Thanks for
Yeah.
ending this on such a low fucking note.
Sorry.
We were doing great. Now all our listeners are upset.
Nah. Hey, if you buy some merch, you'll
Which
be happy.
Which character in Big Short?
Christian Bale,
Okay, yeah.
that character, the smartest guy in the
Shit.
movie.
Damn, that's not good. Maybe he's off his game. It's been a couple years.
He's been right about everything, always.
Okay.
Someone went through everything that he's predicted. Like when Bitcoin was at 60,000 or something, he said that it was going to crash. crashed to 29,000 recently. So, but that's just one man's opinion.
Who's never been wrong. Yeah. Okay.
He's never been wrong.
Thanks, folks. I apologize for Eric's doom and gloom at the end here, but no, I think we'll be okay. Okay, that's my prediction.
Hey, either way, the podcast will still be airing every Tuesday.
Yeah, crisis or not.
Mm-hmm.
So buy your shirts while you can.
Mm-hmm. Use code OVERASK.
Yeah, capital O, capital A.
Actually, that expired.
Oh, so
let's do another one. How about use code HORSESHIT?
HORSESHIT. Okay.
8% off.
Capital H, capital S.
Capital H, capital S. I will put that in Shopify right after this.
Okay. So if you're still listening,
you know what? That'll be live for 5 days.
Oh,
how about that? Wow.
Thank you. That's incredible. So 8% off there. So if you're still listening, please comment horse shit. And yeah, anything else you want to kind of say? Actually, I don't really know. I want you to say anymore. You've put me in a horrible mood.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, folks, y'all take care now.